So yes, it's great to have a coach, but when you find a coach, whether it's for your sports, whether it's for your speaking, whether it's for your copywriting, whether it's for just business in general, when you find a coach that you don't want to let down, then you will move mountains in your life. Hey, back when I was a teenager, you may have had a couple of the problems that I had, which is I was a binge drinker. Yeah, even when I was a teenager, and that prevented me from having confidence. And then I was also socially anxious, and so that prevented me from having confidence. And then I was also introverted, and for a lot of us that are introverts, that prevents us from having confidence. So today I'm gonna give you 5 things that will help build your self-confidence, okay? This is millionaire self-confidence in about 10 minutes, all right? So if you stick with me, this is gonna change your life, because self-confidence, that's first of all, millionaire self-confidence, that's gonna help you make more money, duh, right? That's gonna help you find the love of your life, of course, because the more confident you are, that's the type of person that attracts people into their lives. It attracts opportunity in everything. You're gonna be the center of your friends. People are gonna be like, I want to hang around that girl. I want to hang around that guy. They're just confident. And when they're confident, they attract people, and other people who hang around you get a little bit of your confidence, and they get the benefit of hanging around more people. And you can travel the world and feel confident going somewhere on your own. Man, when I first was able to go to countries on my own, it was something I was terrified to do up until I was in my 30s. Man, just think of what I missed out on because of low self-confidence. Now, when I give you these 5 tips, it's gonna change your self-confidence. It doesn't matter if you're 13, 35, 53, it does not matter. These are really going to help you. All right, so tip number 1, in order to build that millionaire self-confidence, is to make $1 million promise and keep $1 million promise. All right, so let's just look at it like this. Right now, what you're doing is you're saying to yourself something like this: I wanna get up at 7 o'clock in the morning, right? And then, what do? You hit the snooze button. The snooze button destroys your self-confidence because you've made this promise to yourself. I'm getting up at 7 o'clock in the morning. And then you break the promise. You may have broken the promise of, I'm not gonna eat that bag of potato chips that's in the house. Sure enough, 9 o'clock at night comes along, you're watching Netflix, you're like, I'll just have a little bit, and the next thing you know, the entire bag is gone. Again, you have broken a promise to yourself. And if you get in a string of broken promises, your self-confidence starts to go down. So what I want you to think of are $3 million promises you're gonna make to yourself. The first one I'm gonna force on you, and it is never hit the snooze button. If you hit the snooze button, 2 things happen. First, on the boring science side, physiologically, you go back into sleep and then you're woken up out of it again. And that actually makes you groggier and more tired. So it's actually worse to hit the snooze button. The second thing, and this comes from my friend Bedros Keuilian, who I've talked about in these books. Bedros and I are great friends, and we both have had anxiety attacks, and we both know what it's like to have low confidence, and we both know what it's like to break promises to ourselves. And Bedros says, when you hit the snooze button, you are telling yourself that your hopes and dreams don't matter. Because if you're gonna get up on time and attack the world and dominate your days, that means your hopes and dreams matter. But if you hit the snooze button, it means they don't. So don't do that. Number 1 $1 million promise you're gonna make to yourself is never hit the snooze button again. The next $1 million promise you can make should be around something around your health, right? The more energy you have because of better health means that you're going to have more confidence. You're going to have more results. So whether it's drinking 3 liters of water per day or not drinking alcohol on what I call school nights, Sunday night through Thursday night. Yeah, you can have a little bit on Friday and Saturday, but not on your school nights. Something like that will really help you out. Even it could be just going to the gym 3 times per week or working out with bodyweight exercises 3 or 4 times per week. That's it. Make that promise. Keep that promise. And then third, I would say make a promise to help somebody every single day. Get out of your own head, stop being so selfish, and help other people, because that is a millionaire approach to life, all right? So we have that first one. The first thing you have to do to have a millionaire self-confidence is make a promise to yourself and keep that promise. The second thing, this is where people get really messed up, is they think that self-confidence is all about adding stuff. I'm gonna go and get that leather jacket. I'm gonna buy the new Air Jordans. Well, listen, that is artificial. That's like having some candy, right? You get a little bit of sugar, but that's not real nutrition. And so the way that I look at it is self-confidence is kind of like discipline. And discipline and self-confidence are improved through subtraction. Not always addition. It's through subtraction. So think about this. If you hang around people that are always negative and putting you down, it's going to destroy your self-confidence. Now, if you spend less time with those people, less time in toxic environments, you've removed something that actually allows you to be yourself and be more self-confident. It's that simple. So for me, I had to remove myself from the binge drinking world because you might have gotten some artificial self-confidence from alcohol, liquid courage, as some of my friends call it, but you sure feel rotten the next day, physically, but more so mentally. Like, really, did I do that? Really, did I have to drink that? Really, did I say that to that girl or to that friend of mine? And you really end up with less self-confidence when that becomes a habit. So remove it from your life, and sure enough, you'll actually build self-confidence. The third thing is that you have to have a millionaire growth mindset. So let's go back to the whiteboard here. This is probably one of the most important things that I could ever teach you in life, and I call it the virtuous cycle. The virtuous cycle starts with you up here. This is where you are in life, your baseline. Now, you might, for example, let's talk about confidence in public speaking. You might not be very good at it. Maybe you're a 2 out of 10, not an 11 out of 10, but a 2 out of 10. What you do now is you go and get expert advice. All right? You go to the expert. You say, hey, listen, hey, Craig, Ballantyne, you're kind of good sort of at this public speaking stuff and video. And you say, what's a good tip? And I say, well, listen, back when I was really bad at this stuff, I sounded like a boring, monotone robot, and I had low energy. So all you have to do is bring some energy. Maybe have a little caffeine, get pumped up, listen to one of your favorite songs, and that tip will help you have more confidence in your public speaking. So then you go and you act. You act on the advice. You take action here. Okay, great. Now you're probably going to get a little bit better. And then you go back to the expert and you get feedback. And you say, hey, watch this video for me, coach. Coach watches it and says, not bad. You did a lot better here. Here's what you did wrong at this point. Here's where you kept that energy going. And then here you kind of dropped it a little bit, but here's how you could have picked it up. So you get more feedback, and now the coach says, you're probably like a 4 out of 10. Let's go through this again. And you go through this cycle over and over and over again with a growth mindset. And this really is a high income feedback loop. That's really what it is. So to be honest with you, I kind of screwed up my order. I'll be honest. So what I meant to share here was going to an expert. A growth mindset is being willing to set aside your ego and go to a coach and say, teach me. And then you insert it in tip number 4, which is the high income feedback loop. Listen, even a guy like me messes things up, and that's okay. But I have so much confidence that I'm going to pull it off, all right? So we combine those two. If you have a growth mindset, you will set aside your ego and ask for help. And when you set aside your ego and ask for help, then you insert it in this high income feedback loop. So this high income feedback loop works for everything that can make you a lot of money in life, whether it's copywriting, whether it's sales training. You go and you start here, you get expert advice, you take action, you get expert feedback, and then you improve. And you go through this cycle again and again and again. And if you go back to 2007, when I made my first YouTube video that has been watched 2 million times, I am the boring monotone robot. And I had to put in hundreds, if not thousands of hours and get expert advice. I've hired over 4 professional speaking coaches, spending thousands of dollars. in order to get to a point where I can make videos that some of them on YouTube have over 5.5 million views. One video has been watched 5.5 million times. It has 2,300 thumbs down. So I have more thumbs down on YouTube than most people have views, but it doesn't hurt my self-confidence because I've gone through the loop and I know that I'm good. Plus I have that growth mindset. So I've gone through 4 things. Make a promise, make $1 million promise and keep that $1 million promise. Confidence through subtraction, not necessarily addition. Then having that growth mindset of asking an expert for help, and then putting it in the high income $1 million feedback loop. And then finally, the 5th and most important part of improving any skill or characteristic or quality in your life, including self-confidence, is getting millionaire accountability. Millionaire accountability. There's 2 secrets to success about accountability. Here's the thing. Everything that you want to improve in your life, all of that information is available for free on YouTube. So why don't you take that information on YouTube and turn it into something in real life? Whether it's copywriting or Facebook ads or becoming great at photography or whatever it is. Why aren't you better? And the answer is there's no accountability to free information. But when you hire a mentor or a coach or you're in a group or you have a friend who you don't want to let down, that is the magic, okay? So the secret to success is having accountability. Now, the secret ingredient of the secret to success is being accountable to somebody you deeply do not want to disappoint. Listen to that again. I have had coaches in my life, and I was accountable to them, and I got pretty good results. But it wasn't until I hired my friend Bedros Keuilian, my friend Marion, and some of my other friends, including some of my speaking coaches, where I was like, I don't want to let these people down. These men, these women who have given me great advice and who I look up to. I did everything they said and more, and I got the best results of my life because I deeply did not want to disappoint them. So yes, it's great to have a coach, but when you find a coach, whether it's for your sports, whether it's for your speaking, whether it's for your copywriting, whether it's for just business in general, when you find a coach that you don't want to let down, then you will move mountains in your life. So my friend, with those 5 things in place, making $1 million promise and keeping $1 million promise, building confidence through subtraction of negativity and toxicity, having a millionaire growth mindset and inserting that millionaire growth mindset inside the high income feedback loop, and then also having millionaire accountability, you will move mountains, change your life, build your self-confidence, and set yourself on the path to achieving whatever you want and having the life of your dreams. So there you go. Now that you have the self-confidence, well, next you need the vision and the skills and the exact plan on what to do if you want to achieve business success or relationship success or health and fitness success. And I cover that in my next video. So what I want you to do is skip over to theballantynemethod.com or click the link below, go to theballantynemethod.com and go through the 3 exercises I have there. That video is a little more interactive, so it's almost like a little chit chat that we're gonna have. So go to theballantynemethod.com, click the link below, go there, and it's gonna give you the exact blueprint of what to do next to achieve your goals in life.